Clement here, Wisdom in Golf. And today we're talking about why you can't clear your hips properly. When your hips stall out, and we had a nice video on why your arms are out racing your chest. Well, when your hips stall out, obviously the chest stalls out. Your pelvis and rib cage are connected through the spine and they move together on top of the ball sockets of your hips. So the main reason why your hips stall out is because you're making the golf ball your target. So you put a ball on a tee, you set up and you face the ball, and then you make the ball your target and you go and you hit the ball. And so why would your hips continue that way if that's your target? So everything stalls out, your arms collide now, your right arm is colliding up against the side of your rib cage, and your left arm is then forced to collapse and chicken wing against you. It doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, and obviously it doesn't play right. So what we're looking for is to engage your kinetic chain. In order to do that, we need something that's through the ball and not at the ball. We need to get your mind through and into the picture. So the real target, first and foremost, is out there. Now, the best way to get out there is to have a ball that's in the air with a nice velocity. What's the best way to put a ball in the air? Cutting grass. You get a grass whip. You get one of these puppies at the local hardware store online because they won't sell this on a shelf. You don't want a kid swinging these in the aisle. And what we're doing is simply cutting through the grass. So when you're looking down at the grass, you're seeing blades of grass that are being cut, which means there's a continuity, a natural continuity involved. So let's say I have this tee and I want to cut through the tee. My brain can really sense that this tee isn't going to stop my grass whip. So I go through the tee. Notice how naturally everything came through. And oh, look at that. My hips turned out of the way. So if I put a ball on that and my eyes are on the grass between the blade and the ball and I can see the blade is in a perfect position to cut through the tee, my brain says, hey, that's not going to stop us. We're cutting through the tee again, right? By the way, aren't you subscribed to our channel yet? Hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell so you get notified when we have new videos coming out. You really don't want to miss this awesome, valuable information, okay? So back to our regular programming. All right, cut through the tee. So I cut all the way through the tee. The ball falls to the ground, and there you have it. So if you take an iron, the ball right now is simply a dandelion in disguise. So my eyes are on the grass between the leading edge of the club and the ball, and all I'm going to do, put this over here, that way you can see on screen what happens after. So I see the stem getting cut by the sole of the club. If the sole of the club cuts the stem, the ball meets the face, the ball leaps into the air. But what's important about this is that the sole of the club is cutting through the stem of that dandelion. And off the ball goes, beautifully struck, got 160 yards carry, and the contact on the club face was very blissful, was right in the center of that club face. So cutting through something gives you continuity. So if you had, let's say, a sword in your hands, you turn the club upside down, you take it like a sword, and you're going to cut through an imaginary bamboo shoot. Would you ever do this? Don't think so. That would not create longevity in the movement, would it? So we are cutting through the bamboo shoot. See how the hips engaged? You have wired within you through 2.5 to 3 million years of evolution where we were hunter-gatherers and we threw a lot of stuff at our food. Rocks and spears and clubs and all that kind of stuff. So If I had a stone, I wanted to skip it on water. So you take a stone, skip it on the pond. Nobody ever fails this. Skip it on the pond. And I ask my student, where are you facing? They go, the pond. Where's your weight? Front foot. When did it get there? I don't know, about here. They always get that wrong because it's built in. The first thing that happened is your brain had to go to the ground. It used the ground to get your body out of the way so you have access to the pond. That's your target. Now, I say to them, here, there's your ball, there's a stone, throw it into the ball. Well, I don't have to do anything with my hips now, do I? I'm already facing my target. So when you're facing what you're trying to hit, why would you do that? But if you want to send the ball over there, the real target, then your hips are going to move beautifully. So it's your focus. You're not defective. That's the beauty. You can go out and tell your wife that. Hey, honey, Shawn says I'm not defective, right? Isn't that great? So there's that. That was already worth the price of admission, wasn't it? So I see a stem to cut through. I see something to cut through. Or I'm, let's say, in hockey, and this is, again, see the nice curved blade on that? That's because it's designed for hand forward. I'm going to collect the puck from over here, right? And I'm going to release the puck out towards my target. So I collect here with the hands in front, apply pressure to the stick, and then release out there. Peak speed is over there. So you notice how my hips are clearing even in hockey. So in baseball, if you watch a baseball hitter, I'm hitting the ball out there into the field. That's why the power hitters are always pull hits. I'm facing my pitcher. So naturally, whatever I'm facing, I'm going to have a tendency to move across my chest. If I face you right now and I make a swing, my swing's going 90 degrees to you. So if I'm facing you partially, well, obviously my swing's going to go in that direction. It won't go towards you unless I hit it late, right? So I'm waiting for my pitch. The pitch comes, there's a nice step in, and then in order for me to get the ball out into the field, the hips have to clear. You have this wired in your system. Would you ever wait for a baseball to come out in front of you here and then swing at it? Never. You wouldn't do it for tennis. You wouldn't do it for baseball. You wouldn't do it for hockey or any of those sports. But in golf, hey, what do we tell you to do? We say, eye on the ball, hit the ball. Well, that means the ball's the target. Eye on the ball, hit the ball. Chicken wing, no weight shift, no hip clearing, nothing. But if I say, okay, and we have one of our exercises, throwing the club. So when students come to see us here, we got a lot of space at the Royal Quebec, lots of real estate. And we throw those clubs, and we chuck golf clubs literally into the range. So let me get you one of my favorite throwing clubs right here, one of our demos. It's a lefty demo, doesn't matter. I'm going to throw this right through my net. So I'm throwing the club through the net. Look where I'm facing. The club is moving in that direction right there. So my brain is over here. So the brain's going to go get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way, so I have access here. So hips, not defective. Brain needs to be engaged towards the target. So we have a beautiful premium channel, $5 a month, that'll take you in chronological order from grip to posture that you need to throw that way. We need a very solid and strong grip so that when we throw that way, the club's following you. We need a solid dynamic posture that's going to allow you to throw in that direction. We show you distance to ball, ball position, in order for the ball to be in the way of you throwing in that direction. So we have it beautifully set up. Only $5 a month. Take the time that you need. It's like the equivalent of a half-hour lesson a year for our premium channel. It's so worth it, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next one.